you feel the love tonight? Hey, in today's video we will gonna listen to Halle Bailey singing the cover of Elton John's famous song from a Lion King movie, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? That was one of my favorite songs from that movie. We will gonna analyze her singing, what tricks she used, how she uses her voice, and I will try to repeat it with my voice to understand what she is doing. Okay, few words about Halle, if you don't know who she is. First of all, she is a cool singer. Also, she was a part of sisters duo, because now I think they are going separate ways. Now her sister Chloe is doing more like pop R&B career, and Halle is doing more acting, singing in musicals. And also, what is interesting about that duo is that after they filmed like a cover version of Queen Bee of Beyonce, she signed them to her label and started to mentor them. So she helped them to become superstars. And now I think Halle will become even bigger star after the premiere of Little Mermaid. The premiere will be in 2023. So now I think like she will become a superstar worldwide after all those kids and their parents will watch the Little Mermaid. Okay, so let's start to listen. Okay, so from the first phrases, we hear a light, airy timbre, very beautiful and very soft. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day. To mimic her voice, I am trying to become to do a small voice of mine, because that's how it feels for me, because my voice is like, there's a calm surrender to the rush of day. I usually use more opened, wider vowels in my singing, and she is closing them. Why? Let's listen further and then I will explain.
And it changed moment, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you.
Someone can say that she is singing mostly in her head voice. I will agree, but sometimes it is her mix. It sounds so light because of the nature of her voice. It is light. The connection of her chords is really gentle, but her chords naturally are not so thick. We have different types of voices like soprano, mezzo-soprano, contralto for women, and I think she is lyrical soprano. Let's listen again to that part. An enchanted moment, and it sees me through, like a little riff. And it sees me through. What we can say also about her singing, and what I hear from the start, is her musical theater attitude. So it's not like an enchanted moment, more pop, yeah? Like when you don't afraid to use those wider resonance sounds. She closes them like an enchanted moment. Add a little bit of cry. It feels a little bit like yawn, like, oh, but if you will sing like an enchanted moment, it will be really not present. So we need to find a balanced way of yawning, crying, and also it feels like inside, like you are laughing inside. Like also vocal coaches call it a smiling throat. Strange, but when you feel like you want to smile, your vestibular cords, those are like fake vocal cords. When you set your mind to smile, somehow those fake cords are retracting. They are opening and you have that clear sound. So if you want to find that sound of a Little Mermaid or Disney princess, you have to feel like you're smiling inside, like and enchant. And at the same moment you're crying, smiling and crying. Okay.
It's enough for this restless warrior.
So here she chooses to go to head voice from her mix. It's enough for this restless warrior. It's like almost no movement for her. Those chords were already thin, but like resonance shifted a little bit. So if you have trained ear, you will hear that she was like in mix. It's enough for this restless warrior. So she always balancing between those more legit sounds of musical theater singing and those mixed sounds. So if you will listen to old school musicals, like Sounds of a Music, you will hear a lot of this type of head voice mixing. La 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 la. But Halle and the like modern singers use more of mixed sound, like la 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 la.
It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you.
Just to be with you. On those sounds like E, E, and ooh, it's easy to go from like head to mix, because they are closed vowels.
With you. Can you feel the love tonight?
So it is not big, that chorus, because it's just the first chorus. She is maintaining that sweetness. Can head, like falsetto. Can you feel, you feel, you. She's connecting to that mix. Can you feel the love mix? And that was in the mix, and love was in the mix. She's using her microphone. She have like ear monitors, so she always maintains smaller sound. The world for once in perfect harmony, like you are singing for a baby here in your hands.
With all its living things.
With all its living things. So when I sing like, here is my audience, like here, it's easier for me to not oversing and not flip and not strain, and to stay in that small princess mix.
So many things to tell her, but how to make her see.
And now she tries to sing more intense in that second verse, but she do it not with her sound, but with her articulation. We start to hear a lot of aspirate sounds, like ta 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 ta.
The truth about my past.
truth about my past, impossible.
So turn away from me.
Turn away from me. But here was bigger sound. But person in front of you, turn away to me. Like you are not giving that sound. Like turn away from me. No, you are not giving to the audience. You are singing like here.
He's holding back, he's hiding. But what I can't decide. Why won't
Oh, that was nice. He's holding back, he's hiding. That was mix, obviously, and
what I can't decide.
but what I can decide. She used like bigger option of sound, but she closed it like more classical sound. Like it was not like, but what I can't decide. Yeah, that beltier sound. She uses side. I call it classical belt, where we have like more rounded placement and a lot of cry and vibrato, of course. And that is something that Beyoncé uses a lot in her singing.
Why won't he be the king? I know he is the king I see inside.
And only now, for the first time, we hear something that we can call belt. Na 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 na, king on inside. We hear higher larynx.
Can you feel the love tonight?
The love tonight. Now we hear that beautiful belt.
The peace the evening brings.
Now this evening breeze. And that is again mix.
The world in perfect harmony.
So that perfect harmony is contrasting really nicely to that belt that we heard before.
With all its living things.
With all its living things. So she is now using more thicker connection of chords and balancing between mix and more belty sound.
Can you feel the love tonight? Can you feel the love tonight?
You needn't move too far. Higher larynx.
Stealing through the night's uncertainty.
And now we have again that contrasted higher note. The night's out, do-do-do, night, but it's not so soft like perfect harmony. Like we had more air back then, and now we have connected head voice. The night, almost like heady mix.
Love is where they are.
That is like headier mix, like a lot of head resonance in that sound, but the projection is forward. We have that wider resonance. They are. That's too much. So we have to find that sound. So you have that connection of good connection of thinner chords, like wider resonance, and we now start to go to that princess sound, like we start to balance it, like And that is head. But mix it. Mix it because of, again, forward projection. Not woo, but little bit of those frequencies from mix, like wider frequencies, if you hear it.
Love is where they are. Love is where they are. The world for once in perfect harmony.
And you see those contrasts, how beautifully it sounds. Perfect harmony. You see how much colors she uses, how much different connections she uses now. So she started from falsetto, head voice, and a little bit of mixing. Then she went to mixing and connected head in the first chorus. Then second verse were more aspirate with more articulation and mix it. And then she goes to belty sounds. So she doesn't go big like Christina Aguilera because she don't have that type of chords, but she don't have to. She is giving us her best with her abilities. And that's, I think, what every singer should learn to do. Small sound, but connected very nicely. Love is where what we had, like masterclass of mastery of breath control, of using your heady mix, of using your mix, and of beautiful sound equalization. That was really a nice performance, and I liked it very much because of how tasty it was. So I think she rehearsed it with a vocal coach, and they were like deciding how she will build that performance, how she will go from a smaller sound to bigger, when she will use her belt, what options she will choose to make that biggest note, that highest note in her performance. And she is giving us singers a lesson how we should prepare to performances like this. Okay, so that's all for today's video. I hope you liked my analysis of singing of Halle Bailey, and please leave a comment. Please press the like button, and you can also write down in comment section whom I should analyze next. Thank you for watching again, and see ya in my next video. Bye! If you want to watch another cool video about singing, click here.